Welcome back to Afrik Express. We were discussing the relationship between Christians and Muslims in Sierra Leone. Pastor Crystal, in the Sierra Leone community, when they have events, I noticed that you people offer Muslim prayer and Christian prayer also. Why do we not see this practice with other countries?
As we established earlier on that, we respect our religions and we respect the followers. And in Sierra Leone, we recognize only two religions, Christians and Muslims. And as we established again earlier on that we are friends, we have intermarriages, brothers and sisters. A sister will be a Christian, a brother will be a Muslim. And so in gathering, we believe in prayer. And so we want to give the privilege of every religion to exercise their practices and the public. And so there is no restriction. And so because of the love that we had for one another, and so in many gatherings of Sierra Leoneans, we allow the Muslim to pray and the Christian to pray. And so in there, we feel belong to each other. And that's how we embrace each other. And that's how we establish relationship. And that's how we bond. And so it's very difficult for anything to come in between us that will cause kind of misunderstanding, because everybody is into his or her own religion. And so we are seeing this today in other countries because they cannot tolerate themselves. But in the history of Sierra Leone, is about 2,000 years, about 200 years ago, we tolerated, or we created a culture of tolerance to one another. As Elijah said earlier on, the Christian came, the Muslim came, and the Muslim goes to Christian schools and all this and all this. And so so that has been part of us. That is part of our DNA. And so it is very difficult for us to separate that. And so wherever we are, we want to respect each other. And that's how we bond as Sierra Leoneans.
Elijah Mustafa, the pastor keeps saying respect, respect.
Yes.
Is the key. Let me ask you, how can this respect, what can we do for it to transcend to the rest of the world?
It is a very simple thing. To the Lord, everything is possible. I believe one that is helping the respect, one is our religious intermarriages, acceptance of your religion, my religion, and allowing my daughter to marry to a Christian daughter or Christian son. That kind of intermarriages, that kind of understanding, that kind of love, general love. Love comes with respect. Whoever loves you dearly respects you. If at all there is love in any community and then forgiveness in any community, probably we'll be able to achieve that through the prayers of the Lord. Because this same Lord who ended the rebel war in my country, this same Lord who ended the Biafra war, this same Lord who have helped many, many atrocities in the world, if we put our trust in him, believe me, my sister, we'll be able to conquer peace within the Muslims and the Christians. We have no problem.
There is something very noticeable. I believe in Jerusalem, there is a mosque. There is also a church right next to each other. And yet, somehow, they manage not to get along. Why do you think so?
The same word comes back, materialism, dunyanemi. If we go into the fact about it, it's just a piece of land. I own this territory. Don't come to my territory. I will not come to your territory. Though there are churches, there are mosque closed. That's the physical aspect. The church and the mosque is built in our heart. If I am a good Christian, first my obligation, is to accept you. If they are accepting each other in the faith of the Lord, there will be no problem. Let them forget about the land. Let them forget about who has what. That is materialism. You were born on earth, you will leave it there, you have to judge the day of judgment. Let them have in mind that my child, your child, irrespective of our religion, will one day walk in Jerusalem, in the garden of God. I do believe if they have that faith, we'll be able to maintain peace all over the world.
Thank you so much. You've been watching Afrik Express. Today we've been discussing the relationship between Christians and Muslims in Sierra Leone and how they've managed to make these two religions work. And as you have heard, that this can also be accomplished if we can respect, love each other, and that Christians and Muslims do not have to fight consistently. That if we follow these few principles, that I think that this world will be a better place to live in terms of religion. And I want to thank you for staying with us today. And thank you, Pastor, for being on the show. Thank you, Alaj Mustafa, for sharing your views with us. Thank you very much for being on Afrik Express.
Thank you.
You.